course. This heap of shit car always had something wrong with it. Her guilty complex immediately caused her to jump to the worst scenario when the simple reason was more likely. Without further thought, she indicated and pulled into a wider part of the lane. And waited, both hands gripping the wheel. Through her rear mirror, she followed the man's progression from his unmarked car towards hers, swallowing down the golf-sized ball that had formed in her throat. He wasn't in a police uniform and took slow, steady steps. Not in any rush. Making her sweat, no doubt. There wasn't anyone else in his vehicle that she could make out. No movement from behind the dark windscreen. He stopped alongside the driver's door. "Here we go." He ducked down and motioned for her to lower her window. He smiled. There was a warmness to it, and his eyes crinkled as it reached them. For a split second, she relaxed, allowing herself to return the gesture. "What a night, eh?" she said. "Really hard to see the—" "You know why I've pulled you over?" He placed one hand on the opened window, while the other tapped on the roof of the Mini. The rhythmic drumming loud, but no match for her heartbeat. His face was close to hers, and she instantly panicked, turning hers away. Shit, shit, shit. He'd smell the alcohol for sure. "No, officer." Best say as little as possible. "This your car?" He cast his eyes around the interior, then stood back from the window and began walking around it without waiting for her answer. She saw him take out a notebook. How could she get out of this? She swung her door open and got out. "Stay inside your vehicle, please." He strode back around to her, an arm outstretched indicating that she should get in. But she stood, rooted to the spot. "Look, I might have been driving a bit erratically, but it's the mist, and the lanes. I've not driven this way before. I'm used to the bright city lights." He nodded, gave a sigh, then shook his head, like he was weighing up whether to let her drive on without taking up any more of their time. "Name and address, love." She blew out a breath. It wasn't over then. Damn it. But love? At any other time that would annoy her, but right now she was taking it as a good sign. She reluctantly gave him her details, each admission feeling like a nail in her coffin. She shivered against the cool air, biting at her skin. With her eyes averted, she pulled her fake leather jacket tighter around her, then looked down, her gaze travelling from her bare thighs towards her high-heeled boots. She'd borrowed them from her old roommate 3 years ago and failed to return them. As she raised her head, she locked eyes directly with the man standing in front of her, and something in her brain made a connection. Despite her thumping heart, the adrenaline racing through her veins, her mind cleared. "What is it I'm supposed to have done?" She frowned at the officer. Why was he in an unmarked police car? "Are you even on duty?" "Was on my way home, actually." Braver now, standing upright. "Then I'll ask again. Why did you pull me over?" "A feeling," he said. He took another step closer to her, his body a few inches from hers. "Call it gut instinct." Her own instinct flared, and she flattened herself up against the Mini, uncrossing her arms but putting them up to her chest, palms flat, facing the officer. If he even was a police officer. She'd heard about a bloke recently who'd pretended to be a copper, pulled a woman driver over, and then attacked her. Her bag was on the passenger seat, but even if she could reach it, she'd have to fumble inside to find her mobile. She gave a furtive glance around. The lane was in darkness, no sign of other vehicles approaching. There were hedgerows either side of the road. The lay-by she was in was muddy, but no evidence of a gate into a field, or any houses. There was nowhere to go. No one to hear any cries for help. "Can I see your ID?" She heard the wobble in her voice, and as he